welcome back to my channel. So I hope you are all good. So this video, I'm so happy to film it because when I tell you, I never thought that I would ever be able to film this video ever. But before I get into it, make sure if you're not already, if you're new, that you're subscribed to my channel, and make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. But yeah, let me tell you guys about this amazing news. So on the 28th of December, after seven times, I finally passed my driving test. Guys, I can tell you it has been a struggle. So I have literally been learning how to drive since I was 18, but I started learning just before I went to uni. Got to the point where I had to make uni a priority because I knew there would have to be so much that I would have to buy to go to uni. I just thought, if I'm going to uni, it doesn't make sense for me to learn. Like, I started learning basically in July and uni started in September, so I just thought there's just no more point of me continuing at that stage. I would just have to do it either when I got to uni or the summer after first year of uni. So it got to first year now and I didn't actually start lessons again until around January, because I still had to adapt to uni life, had to kind of get used to the costs that I had to start paying for that I wasn't paying for before. So it was just more getting used to my surroundings and adapting financially. Started in first year, and then after a while it wasn't working out for me financially. It's just a thing where I had to kind of stop and then start, and I had to get different instructors because some of them were just not for me. Like, there was one instructor that I had that whenever we would start our lessons, he wouldn't have enough petrol in his car. We would have to drive to the petrol station, but it would be him driving, but it would be within my driving lesson time. And I just thought, I can't continue with this guy. And he always used to like lick his hands, like, you know, when they're opening books and stuff. And I just thought, I can't deal with this. And then I would have another instructor that would basically just help me with everything, even things that I didn't need to be helped with. So I felt like I was just wasting my money and I wasn't learning anything with him. I was just getting really frustrated. I just wasn't finding the right instructors. Finally found one that I could finally work with. This time last year, around January, I started taking it completely seriously again, because I thought, I can't keep going around in circles with this. I have to actually start, you know, I have to get this done, because I knew that I was moving back home, back to Sussex, which is literally the worst place to live for public transport. There's like buses that come every other 30 minutes, trains that come every other like hour, and they're either delayed or just things that were just so irritating, and I felt like I couldn't get to where I needed to get to. So I just thought, I can't go back home to this, I have to sort it out now. Yeah, so I had my test with this guy and he was so just, you know when you just get a vibe about someone that's just like, you know they're gonna make you feel uncomfortable, and like he was just so stush and blunt and just kind of, oh, I'm just here to do this for my job kind of thing. So I just thought, great. I failed on was I was driving too slow. So I was in the 70 miles per hour on the right lane. Don't know how I ended up on that right lane, but I ended up on the right lane. And I was going at 30 miles, I repeat, 30 miles per hour. When I was doing that, the instructor was kind of like, the examiner, sorry, he was like, you do realise, in his snooty voice, like, you do realise that you're on the right lane and what the speed limit is. We got off that 70 mile per hour road and I had to do a manoeuvre to do a parallel park. At the point, I kind of felt so nervous. I was trying to do my parallel park and it just went left. It's like I had gotten behind, but I knew I wasn't near the curb enough, so I was trying to do it. And I was like, oh, can I do it again? And he was just like, this is something I think instructors, examiners are told to say, just do what you normally do. So I just thought, okay. He was getting impatient, so okay, this is taking too long, you're going to have to drive off. So I didn't get to finish my maneuver, so I already knew, fail. Then we get back to the test centre and he's like, it's not been passed. And I was just like, I don't think I was sad, but obviously I wasn't happy. I was kind of like, oh, because it was my first one, I didn't feel as discouraged. After that, I booked my test after my graduation, so I had to actually book an Airbnb to stay at Leicester to come back up. I was that on it that I wanted to pass. I had that test and I failed that one again, and for this one I was really nervous. My leg was twitching, it was shaking on the clutch, it was shaking. Like, I was so nervous on this test because I kind of felt like I had to pass. Guys, the nerves were real. My leg was moving uncontrollably. I tried to stop it. I had to pause in my driving test because my leg was shaking that much. It was crazy. On that test, I did everything pretty okay. But the reason why I failed on that test was because when I was trying to move it over to third gear, because I was already in second gear and I was trying to move it to third gear, rather than doing that I moved it into first gear, and then the car started like shaking. It was doing the Beyonce basically. There was a car behind me that kind of caused, it wasn't even a car, it was a truck, and the truck had to brake in quite rapidly because of the car was basically shuddering. So yeah, I failed because of that. That was kind of annoying because I was pretty close. But the third test. Oh my gosh, guys, I've gotten the wrong way round. My second test wasn't... No, it's right. So this is how many I've had that it's actually, I'm losing memory. So the third test was in Mitcham, which is it's in London. So that's not even near Sussex. But that's how desperate I was, because in Sussex it's so hard to find tests and I didn't know why. But anyway, I booked it in Mitcham because I was told that it had a good pass rate and nice routes. So I thought yes. So I got a new instructor because my other instructor was based in Leicester. I got a new instructor. I did not like this guy. He was just here for the money. He charged me a good 100 and almost 200 because I had a few tests in the Mitcham area to kind of get used to the test route, and then he charged me for 75 on the test day. It was just stupid prices that he was making up. Really regret that, but everything, okay, no, I don't regret it. I don't, because I wouldn't be here without that failure. In hindsight, I'm happy because without the struggle I wouldn't be as grateful for it as I am now. Start driving and I'm just so nervous at this point because I know I've messed up, and I'm driving, I almost touched someone's wing mirror, almost, like I'm so close to it. I think I actually hit it by accident, but it didn't do any damage. And then I went on the other side of the road. It was just a mess. So that was just a big fail. My fourth test was in Leicester. I just thought, Mitcham, not for me. No way. This was Leicester. This one was a lot better, but I was literally at a junction. I didn't realise it was a junction. I didn't check and I just drove, but there was no one there. But because I didn't check, I think the examiner was going to let me off because there was no one there, but then I made a mistake at the roundabout. Like, roundabouts were the bane of my life. I hated them. I did not understand them, and even now I don't think I really do, but I don't make any mistakes on them anymore. But I don't really, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm safe. So I made a mistake on this roundabout because it had so many lanes and I just didn't know what I was doing, and yeah, I failed on that. Fifth test, roundabouts again, and 6 tests, roundabouts again. So I remember even the last 2 tests, I barely made any mistakes. I think I got, well, obviously I got the serious, and then I literally got basically maybe 1 or 2 minors. So I knew I was definitely improving, but I felt like giving up. I just felt like, I was even told by some people that maybe driving isn't for you. Maybe you should get used to Uber because it's just not gonna happen. I just felt really, really discouraged, and I just thought, at this point I'm wasting so much money. I don't know what to do. Like, I was praying and I was just doing everything possible, watching YouTube videos, just, you know, trying to be positive, and every time it felt like a slap in the face. So after sitting down and discussing, I decided to just get a car. I just thought, I might as well practice in my car, book a test date. At least I know that I have a car and that I can learn in it, and that's what I'll be driving in, so I'll be used to it. So I got my car, and I got a Fiat 500 from a website called Buy a Car. I decided to get it on a finance option. That's paying about 160 per month. I decided to go for this option rather than buying it outright because I felt like it would be a good way for me to also build up my credit score, because when you do things like this, it reflects really well on your credit score as long as you're paying it on time and you're consistent with it, obviously paying it on time. So yeah, so I thought this would be a great option for me rather than getting it all at once when I didn't really have that much savings at the time. I would literally drive to work, to and from work with my mum, obviously, because I couldn't drive by myself, to and from work in my car. So that would be literally practice. And I booked it in a test centre down in Sussex, which is called Lancing. Not knowing that basically my route to work was basically a test route, because I didn't really do research on the test route, because I tried to, like, there's literally nothing on the website for Sussex test centres because they closed down the main one, which was Worthing, so I went for Lancing. I was driving every day, so that was good practice. It made me a bit more confident. I don't know, I just felt good. That sounds so silly, but yeah. And I got my insurance, which was £99 per, was it 99? Yeah, £99 per month. So, you know, because I'm working, it wasn't too bad on top of the 162, because I'm not paying for rent. So it's nothing that's too detrimental. Yeah, I would definitely advise, like, if you have done quite a few lessons and you're getting to the point where you feel like you kind of, you know, you can drive, but you need to, you know, really brush up on skills, that if you've got a family car in the house, insure yourself on that car. If you're able to get yourself a car, whether it's, you know, whether it's one you can buy outright for a good price, or if you're doing like finance, then I would definitely recommend it. I booked my test in October last year, 2017, for the 28th of December. So it gave me a good 3 months to just practice. So I got my car in October, and from then I was driving to and from work, basically everywhere and anywhere with my mum. I even drove to London, so I did get quite a lot of practice in there. But it's weird because I still felt like I wasn't 100% confident. I would still make silly mistakes, but it's bound to happen. It's not like I'm an experienced driver. It's not even been a year, so these are things that will happen, but as long as you're learning from your mistakes. So on the 28th of December, I even had an argument with my mum the night before, so I just kind of felt like, oh, I don't even want to go to this test, I'm just not going to be in the mood. So we drove to the test centre, or I drove to the test centre with my mum, and then we got there and I parked in the bay, like forwards. People in the test centre actually came out and they're like, oh, can you reverse park? So I just thought, oh, like, I don't really want to do a manoeuvre just yet. Like, I wasn't, you know, Trying to do it, and then I had like 4 minutes to my test, and I was trying to do it, and I just thought, if I can't even do this maneuver, how am I going to do this test? And like my mum was like, just come on, just do it. Just thinking it's not easy, and we were just like, you know, getting at each other. I finally did it, and I literally had 1 minute before my test, and I was just stressed, and I was just like, oh, I don't even want to do this test. And we get there, and then like I see the man, and I just thought, he just had such a serious look, and I thought, I'm done for, like I'm done. And I was even thinking, this is even a new test, so they changed the test on the 5th of December, so I thought, this is something that I'm not even aware of. I don't know like how this is going to go. In my test we use a sat nav. I had to do a different maneuver which they haven't introduced before, which is you have to pull up on the other side of the road and reverse like 2 car lengths back. And that was actually decent, like I did it, and I was just like, okay. And the sat nav, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It was actually really helpful because you can kind of see, it helps with roundabouts because you can see kind of what lane you're meant to go into. So all that stress wasn't so bad. Well, part of me thought I had actually failed. We get to the test centre now, and he's like, it's a pass. I was like, I actually said, I said, you're joking. You're joking. Stop playing with me. This ain't a joke. And he was like, no. Why would I joke? It's like, you passed. I could not believe my ears. I just thought, oh my gosh. Like, you know when you're in so much shock that you can't even be so, like, you're just like, what's happening here? I was so happy. So on the 28th of December, I got this blue piece of paper. And yeah, finally, even looking at it, it's just like, damn, I actually passed my test. Me. So I actually passed with literally 1 minor, which is mad. It's actually crazy. 1 minor. This just, for me, whenever I feel down or sad, it's a piece of motivation to say, no matter how impossible something seems, if you just don't give up and you come up with a new game plan, it is possible. So guys, if you're watching this and you maybe failed your test, do not be discouraged. Work out a plan that will suit you better. Try to find alternatives, talk to people that are close to you, and you know, try to find a resolution. And there will be a resolution, because someone as ditzy and dopey as me has passed, you can definitely do it too. And if you're worrying about the new test, I wouldn't be so worried. It's not as bad as it seems, and this is coming from someone that's done, you know, both. But if you guys have any questions at all, if you want to ask me anything driving related, car related, insurance related, hit me up. You can either email me, comment below. I am here to answer your queries. If you guys have got any comments at all that you want, questions, comment them below. You don't know who you could be helping. Yeah, just let me know. I really hope this video will help anyone that's feeling low or sad about their driving, because I went to YouTube actually to look at people who have, you know, been in a similar situation to me, and it really helped. It was encouraging. That's why I just really wanted to film this video, and why this video is just so important to me. I really hope that I am helping someone out here whoever's watching it. And yeah, don't give up guys, you're great. We're all great, and we can all achieve, not to be corny, but we can all achieve what we want if we put our mind to it. Yeah, but yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And yes, thank you guys for all the support that I've already received so far. And yeah, bye guys.